is New Day Northwest. Now, here's Margaret Larson.
Good morning and welcome to New Day Northwest. Phew, it could be a little cooler today. I hope it is. So I hope everybody's keeping cool and enjoying the morning. Remember this guy? Did you have an Urkel doll in the 90s? We're going to visit with an author who's helping us revisit the fabulous 90s and quiz us on a bit of trivia. The Hard Rock Cafe has the definitive answer to what kind of burger is right for the 4th of July. We are going to be demoing the red, white, and blue burger made for somebody with a hearty appetite or a lot of friends, one or the other. If you're having guests for the holidays, entertaining expert Heather Christo is here just in time with her always great ideas for a beautiful table, easy, inexpensive, and gorgeous tips. And she's located my true weakness. Take a look at these, the red, white, and blue red velvet cupcake. I am powerless against them. First up, though, we love guests who can help us take old things and make them new again. Brooks Atwood is one of the most vibrant contestants on the current HGTV Star competition. He's also a well-established architectural designer and professor of industrial design at New Jersey Institute of Technology. We are thrilled to have him here to share some of his design skills, so please welcome Brooks Atwood. Very happy you're here. Thank you. You're just on vacation and you agreed to come in and share some ideas. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. I wanted to hang out with Urkel.
Urkel?
Yeah, I feel like I'm with that guy. I dress like Urkel today.
You look great. You've got the red socks and the short pants. You're bringing it. So one of the things that I was interested in when I started looking at your designs and your design company, and you design all kinds of things, do we all have that capability? I mean, you see things and then see what they could be, which I suppose is another way of saying imagination.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's exactly what I teach my students. I teach them to try to see differently and think differently, think outside of the box, that there aren't any rules, and we have tons of fun. I mean, that's the name of the game with design, is just to think differently. So I just encourage them to fail like rock stars. That's kind of my motto, fail like a rock star. And if you get rid of that word failure in your vocabulary, then you kind of free your mind to take a chance.
And anybody can do it, yes?
Yep. Yeah, even you.
Even me. I mean, well, we'll find out. All right, so today we're talking about glassware, because don't we all have spare things? We've broken half of them. We have some other stuff, and we still want to use it. So you brought some paint that I love, because we have chalkboard paint, which is one of my favorite things, and then this beautiful blue. What do you call this blue?
Electric blue.
Electric blue.
Yeah.
And
you just got to go with some really wild colors.
Okay.
Put some rubber gloves on.
I love
So yeah, I'm here. You mentioned
gloves.
This is great weather. I'm here visiting my in-laws. They're crazy. They have a lot of stuff laying around. They kidnapped me and took me whitewater rafting.
Yes.
And
did you like it?
Two older brothers and two younger brothers. I loved whitewater rafting, but I've never been to the Pacific Northwest in the summertime. That water is freezing cold.
Yes, it always is.
Freezing. So they threw me in because they're older brothers.
Yes.
She's got 4 brothers, and they just tried to kill me. They threw me in, and I was freezing, so I jumped out of the water, like trying to warm my body up, and it's totally insane. But these guys, the Nichols, they have a lot of fun, and they also have a lot of glassware just laying around in their garage.
Oh, so you're kind of doing two things at once here. You're getting rid of their spare glassware and doing this segment. Your wife, by the way, is right there in the front row.
Yeah,
hi.
Gorgeous.
She is gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm the winner here.
Yeah, you were punching out of your weight class there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So how are your in-laws? You get along with them?
Well, my in-laws unfortunately have passed, but I had the world's best in-laws.
The world's best.
They were fantastic.
Well, that's great, because when I first met my wife's father, he tried to get me to stab him at some kind of...
What?
Yeah, some kind of test where they were testing boyfriends or something, and he was like, here, take this knife and try to stab me, and I was like, wait a minute.
Did you
I just met these guys. Well, it was like a trick. He was trying to wipe my butt up with this wet water before I could stab him in the knife, but he didn't know that I'm super athletic, and I was in every sporting team ever, and I popped up, and I grabbed the knife, and I was like, what do I do now? I have the knife. I'm not going to stab this guy. I just met him. That's crazy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then her brothers are trying to drag me around. I was wearing a white suit in the grass, and then trying to get me in grass stains, and they stole my white jacket. They're crazy.
Hey, Brooks, what about this glassware?
Okay, so this is the glassware. So you just get any glassware you have laying around in the home, because you always have empty jars and bottles and whatever. And what I like to do is just take glass and make it matte, and you just group it by colors. So here's a bunch of wine glasses and vases, and you can spray paint it. I would recommend spray painting, because it's you won't get any brush streaks.
Right.
But you got to do that outside, so we're not going to do that now.
Oh, we're not? Oh,
no.
bummer.
We don't want to spray inside. But what you can do is take your brush and dip it in this blue, and I'm going to do this on the chalkboard paint. So you can use different colors. I like the matte white, because that's very avant-garde. Here, you paint this one here. I started
painting
painting this
one?
blue.
Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and finish that with the blue.
Alrighty.
And I'm going to
And
grab
this
this
brush
guy.
is okay, or do you want me to use this one?
Use my brush. That's fine.
Use this one.
And then you can
Okay.
use chalkboard paint, because once that's dry, then you can write notes on it, like love messages.
I love it.
Or you can write messages to your in-laws that please don't kidnap me.
Please don't ask me to stab you.
Don't ask me to stab you and stuff. So
Right.
the spray paint is going to give you a much more even coating, but you're doing a great job.
Thank
it's like
you.
You've done this before.
It's almost like I have.
Have you painted glass before?
I have painted glass before. Actually, I love painting things because I'm a big fan of instant gratification.
Yep,
Now, am I
that would do
painting
it.
over the white?
You're good. Well, this is just a demo, so just go crazy.
Do whatever I want
If
to
you
do.
feel like
Okay.
it, that's fine.
I do feel
now,
like
when
it.
you finish, I would recommend just grouping all the colors together. So you've got
Okay.
the blue, electric blue over here, and you've got the matte white. This is very avant-garde.
Right.
I think it's cutting edge. And what you want to do is just turn these upside down so you don't paint the inside. So when people look
good
in,
idea.
when you have your nosy
Yes.
neighbors or your in-laws over and they try to look in your vases, because people do that, they'll see that it's still glossy inside. So you get this great effect from the matte
Well,
outside.
that doesn't happen to you because your in-laws are so busy trying to stab each other that they're not looking in your glasses.
Those nickels, I tell you.
Those crazy nickels.
You got to watch them out on Woodby Island.
Okay, so now here's a question. If they're colored in the same way, then it doesn't matter if the styles match.
No,
right?
this
'Cause
is
the color puts them
You
together.
got it, exactly.
Thank
so
you.
you do different heights and different styles and different shapes, and it's going to look amazing. You group it together, and you can do these little vignettes all over your house.
Awesome.
Well, you
And
got this down.
And the paint that you chose for the spray paint, is that high gloss enamel paint or just
No,
the
this
enamel paint?
is indoor, outdoor, high performance, but it's a matte finish.
A
And
matte finish,
What's
okay.
nice is because you're used to seeing glass as glossy, so if you get a matte finish, it kind of transcends itself and puts
Okay.
it into a different category of amazeballs.
Amazeballs. And the cool thing about that is that's just a mason jar, but that looks fantastic.
Right? Yep, right?
Now tell me, you told me earlier, and I want you to share with everybody what you've done with chalkboard paint in your own home.
Well, besides painting glass with chalkboard paint, you can do anything, and my wife and I just painted our entire kitchen with chalkboard paint.
Can you
All
believe
the
that?
walls, the door frames, the doors, the ceiling, everything.
I think that's awesome, and then you can make that an organic piece of art all the time, right?
It changes all the time. Estelle is drawing crazy drawings everywhere, or we'll leave love notes, or you can even draw like frames and draw little people in them as if it was a frame of art or whatever you want.
Great.
Yeah.
That's great. And do you guys have kids yet?
No, not yet. No.
When you do, they're going to have such a blast with that. I wish I had known about that when my son was small. That would have been so much fun.
It's super fun, and because you can change it whenever you feel like it, and then, of course, if you group these colored, amazing glass things in front of the chalkboard paint, that's an amazing backdrop.
That would almost be too much. That would
Too
blow
much.
my mind. It would be too much. It would
Then
be
your
too
hair
much.
would turn into my hair.
Exactly. Or actually, when it's humid, my hair does turn into your hair.
No, I'm sorry.
That's just a little window into my world. All right. So in terms of buying paint and trying things out, sometimes people are just afraid. They don't know which kind of paint to try on what kind of things. Et cetera, et cetera. Can you screw this up, or can you just kind of go out there and
That's the
and do
beauty of
best you
paint,
can?
is that you can never mess it up because you can always repaint it. It's easy. Don't
No
be
big
afraid.
deal.
And I really am going with this electric blue just because this is a totally freaky color that you never see in anybody's house or anything.
Right.
So I would just try to use a color that's really vibrant and crazy like this blue, just to really surprise people, because it's normally
That's a
just
good point.
traditional colors everywhere, and then all of a
Right.
sudden a grouping of really insane blue stuff. People are going to be like, what is that? And then
if
you'll
you
have a
just do
conversation.
that one color, then that
Just
looks like it
repeat the
belongs.
same color over and over again, and then you're very avant-garde.
You know, I think, I don't know if I'll ever be avant-garde, but I love learning from you. And as I was learning, really, I mean, avant-garde and
You
me,
can
we're
do
just,
it.
there's just too much
You're
distance.
doing it.
But it's fun, and I think orange or blue or something like that,
Yeah,
that
that would
just
be
makes
fantastic.
you feel good in your
Yep.
house.
Mhm.
That's great. So
Yeah.
thank you for giving me permission to be a designer.
I think you should get messy and have fun, and
too.
that's the life of a designer.
I'm
I mean,
gonna
look
go
at me.
home and just cover one of my rooms with chalkboard
The
paint.
entire room, Doe.
The entire
Ceiling,
room,
window
yes.
frames, everything.
I'm into it.
Do it.
I am into it. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank
thank you.
so much. Well, be sure to catch HGTV Star Sunday nights at 8. You're not eating that
No,
paint,
no,
are
no,
you?
no.
There's no paste eating or paint eating on this show. We had to stop people. That happens at 8 p.m. on Home and Garden TV, which we love. We posted more information online about Brooks and the show. Please do check it out. There's one photo essay about a day in the life of Brooks, which we especially love. The mini trampoline.
Yep, it's funny.
Everybody should have that.
Yeah.
You're a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank
for
you so
coming
much.
in. Have a great vacation.
All right, thanks.
Please stay safe. It sounds like you're at risk out there
I am at
in
risk.
the islands.
Somebody help me. I've been kidnapped by my in-laws.
If you see this man, please try to help him. There's much more ahead on New Day, including a number of different ways to celebrate Independence Day with food, fashion, and fun. But first, a trip down memory lane with one of the authors of the new book, Totally Awesome 90s. Put your pop culture knowledge to the test right after this break. We'll be right back.